So first off, you'll have to run a FiveM client and go to the settings, and in the game option, make sure that the latest is selected, and the canary shows in the corner. Probably is going to be a different corner, but this is very important because the FX is not going to work if it's the stable version. So be aware of that. And close it. Then you go back to it, right click on the icon, open file location, and click on FXDK. You probably, if you never created a project or anything like that, you will be seeing this screen. It's going to be forcing you to create a project first, and then you will see the screen. Wait for the game to start. And then click on Start Server. Then press F8 and type timecycleeditor -1. And you're going to see this thing. Click on the game again, press F8 to hide the console, and you will be seeing this. Now, this is pretty much the basic approach to it. We will be selecting apply selected, and we're gonna go for a certain look to simplify the process of modifying what needs to be modified, so you see quick results. I'm gonna resize this a little bit. I'm gonna sort by name. I'm gonna search water, and it's gonna be underwater deep. So this is the time cycle we're gonna be working with to simplify this tutorial right here. So it doesn't matter which one you select from the list, it's going to be changing to it like so. So we're going to be sticking with the blue team. And first thing you need to know is change the sky color, or the sun, right? But you see it's wavy. As you gain more experience, you will know which one does what. So for example, this is the underwater look, HH underscore. I cannot record two screens out at the same time, so gotta make it fit in this range. Just delete all HH underscore will be removed. Now it kind of looks like a cloudy horizon. So we'll be changing the colors from blue to something else, the overall look of the fog, and then we will be changing the color of the sky. RGB, those values means red, green, and blue. A, you will see there is some values that right under, that means alpha. We're not going to be touching this, we're only going to be working with RGB. The easiest way to find the colors, because we can just change it randomly, but it's gonna look all kind of fucked up. So we want to think about how we do things in a visually pleasing way. Right away, You see, you can make it very weird real fast. All right, let's get some colors. First thing you wanna do is go to Google and search for color picker, and that will give you a little bit of a screening here. You can pick whatever color you want. So we'll be changing from blue to purple, so it's easier for us to see the changes. So this is what you're looking for. It's RGB, and we will be using these values as they are, except where there's only two numbers, we're going to be adding a 0 in front of it. So 252. This is red, just so you know. Then next color is going to be 051, which is going to be G. 0.0 and 51. Next one is going to be 255. And B from blue, 0.055. Oh, I'm mistaken. This one is 0.252. So it's kind of purplish, but it's not exactly what we wanted. So we're gonna go a little faster on this one. We already know the values. We're just gonna do a copy paste for this value, R. So double click on the field, Control C, and everywhere where you see R, Control V. So now all the parameters for the fog, lights, ambiental, artificial, natural were changed. The red value was changed to 252. So we're gonna go get the next one. It's gonna be 051 for G, which is value for green. And 255 for B, which is blue. Everything in the world now is purple. You can play with these values to make everything as you want. Let's see, how do we remove some of the fog or reduce the amount of fog? Where it starts, it means how close is going to be to where the player is. And density. You can also input number 0.50. So reduce the density of the fog, but depending on other parameters, as you can see the hills in the other horizon, they lost all they don't have any definition. That means that because it's far clip, it limits for how far the geometry is being rendered. So we're just gonna delete these, and now we can see the building in the distance. So you're gonna have a lot of options to play with, the parameters that can be changed including the strength of the headlights for the cars or street lights or the buildings and so on. You will even be able to change the ambient light, as in you can make the pad look like zombies. Now let's save this time cycle, and you can get this the moment you click generate. It will give you this. And you'll have to name it. A unique name. If you keep the name of the vanilla time cycle, will overwrite in-game that particular time cycle. So you have this copied right now. Go to a text editor, Control V. You have the name of it, and if you plan on changing all those numbers, you can do it in the text editor instead of being in the game. So we're gonna be naming it something else. It's gonna be needs to be XML with the extension XML. Save. And now from where you saved it, you can move it to where your resource folder is, as in FiveM, and add your time cycle in the manifest Lua. So I am streaming the default time cycles because I changed all the time cycles on the server side that I am running. But if you want to add yours, just add a new line and copy paste the name of the XML file that it just created.